Hello YouTube and welcome to a new series on the channel here. Today I'm going to be watching something. What that something is, I currently am unaware. Let me explain. I'll bring up my wheel. So, before me lays a wheel. I will give this wheel a spin and it'll tell me what I'm going to watch. The three shows on this wheel are Orb on the Movements of the Earth, Little Witch Academia, and Frieren Beyond Journey's End Season 2. These have all been voted on by my patrons and my fans. This is what the fans want. And now we're going to leave it up to luck, baby. We're going to figure it all out. No point dilly-dallying. Let's jump in here with a wheel spin. Frieren? It is. It's Frieren, everybody. Beyond Journey's End. The second season. So now I have a bit of direction. I will return in but a moment for some staff, preamble, recap as well, setup, all that kind of stuff. You'll see me. So, Frieren, huh? Yeah. This is a very quick summary and some talking points of things that happened previously that I think will be important going forward and are important to reiterate here and now. It's a bit weird between this and Chainsaw Man recently as well. I've had to kind of catch myself up back on something that I reacted to on the channel previously to try to help the whole process there seem a little bit more seamless. With Chainsaw Man, I knew that I was doing it from a long way out, so I had the time there to sit down and watch those compilation films. Here, no such luck. I'm just going to have to wing it a little bit. There's going to be some teething, and hopefully you'll work with me through it, I guess. But just maybe before all that, just a quick look at staff. From what I saw, not really much turnover, you would say. Still is a Madhouse joint, of course. We love that. It's just really this chief director role going over to Tomoya Kitagawa, who did some episode direction and chief episode direction for Season 1, was already involved in a lot of the production there. Some decent credits here. Orb, Place Further Than the Universe, Sunny Boy, Chihaya Furu. Good shows. The stuff on Frieren are good. Whoop-de-doo. Mostly everybody else is all in their right places. Love to see it. Again, Frieren was a smash hit success. You wouldn't have thought that they would mess with the formula too much there. I guess that's the other thing about Season 2 as well. Yeah, let's talk about it now. Why not? It's only one core. If that. It's like 10 or 11 episodes or something. That's a little bit of a bummer. I actually really like the two-core structure of Season 1. It really let you kind of settle into the world and really get invested without, again, these constant breaks and everything. You would think that on the end of this, a lot of people would just jump over to the manga, getting a little bit frustrated with the whole waiting thing. You know, that's what I would do. Anyway, I digress. I'm here to talk about Season 1, at least briefly, before Season 2. So I'm skipping over a lot of the intro stuff. It's pretty well-trodden territory. Again, Demon King, First Party, Stars. Let's see each other again in 50 years. The next time the stars happen, Frieren's just been fucking around that entire time whilst everybody else has been living their entire lives. Upon Himmel, the hero's death, a very important person to Frieren that she only really realizes after the fact that she was actually deeply in love with him. Maybe. We'll see. But then, yeah, from there, Fern, training up Fern, getting that kind of call to action to go to the end of the world to get that grimoire, I believe is the MacGuffin there, but really it's just an excuse to go on another journey. Then that's then the framing device of the show, whereby we kind of follow the journey with the first party, with now the second party, with Frieren sharing between them and recounting both journeys and how they're similar and different, and the eternal nature of the human condition and whatever else, Frieren stuff. I should mention that at the end of the world, the rumor has it that you will see your loved ones again or something. That's ringing bells. I'm unsure on all the exact qualifications there, but obviously now everybody has a motive to want to get there. I may be making this up as well, but there may be some scuttlebutt that the demons are getting a little bit stronger now too, so there could be some bad shit happening. There's a little bit of mystery, a little bit of intrigue. Obviously, we have our analogues here to the first party, with Fern being Heiter's apprentice, or orphan, kind of taken in by him, before, again, Frieren does a lot of the actual teaching there, but Stark is most certainly Aizen's apprentice. Again, this helps both journeys to then rhyme with one another. I've had to quickly characterize the characters. Frieren is emotionless, but there's definitely some depth there. That's putting it pretty lightly. It's basically the point of the entire show. She's a bit trickstery. She likes to have a little bit of a prank, a little bit of a gaffe, but may not be all the way interested all the time in somebody's emotional response to something. May need, a Fern or a Stark to pull her into line in that regard. Fern's great. She's supremely competent and, really, really talented mage. Again, Stark's a boy and Frieren's a slob. She helps to hold them both in place as well. That's good. She's a bit of a control freak, though. She likes to have everything her way all the time. She's also, what is she, 18, barely? She may need to mellow out sometimes, just a little bit. That's probably her flaw, where Stark is characterized by his fear and doubt. I seem to remember his whole stuff about his village and him running away, and that characterizing him early on. And then there was some stuff in his family where he was like the runt little brother, but his big brother really loved him. Yeah, there was something there to that. Again, insecurity for sure, but needs to steel himself and be the man sometimes. There is a little bit of a lovey-dovey thing going on between these two. I would hope to see it continued. I really would. Demons. Demons are evil, unlike other depictions of evil race in other fantasy things. Now these guys are just fucked. There's no depth there on purpose. They're meant to be anti-human. If Frieren as a show is about understanding your emotions and the value of the passage of time and whatever else, the demons stand in conflict to that. They only use words as a means to consume other people. I think that's what they do. They're bad news. If you see demons about, don't trust them. Frieren's got that shit on lock. That leads us into the whole mana suppression thing. I believe there was a character called Aura, which Frieren absolutely aura-mogged and dispatched, told her to kill herself. That was pretty hype. So yeah, Frieren playing a little bit dirty there. If the demons can use speech to fool us, then I could use this mana suppression thing to fool them. That also helps us to mention Flam, who is Frieren's old master. She was also apprenticed to Sire, who is relevant here in a second later on, and I seem to remember Flam's grimoire. Maybe that's the MacGuffin? Something like that, I think. I should probably mention Sane. It seemed that he was going to be the priest for our party, a little bit of a drunkard and a rapscallion, but he quickly exits the party. He doesn't stay around very long, so, his whole thing was trying to find his friend and be heroes of legend and whatever else, so he's off to do that. This may circle back around here this season, I do not know. Anyway, if we want to continue to progress north, which we have that whole map thing going on too, we need to get a grade 1 license. So we get to that island city, and then exam arc starts. It all gets very shonen there in a pretty cool way. I didn't mind it at all. But that whole thing, it's mostly about this character Sire. Again, I struggle with the names sometimes. Who clashes with Frieren on ideals, their character foils for one another, both of which being elves. Frieren going through character development where Sire did not. I was reminded of this, the biggest thing being okay, what's the best spell? What's your favorite spell? Frieren has this wonky one with flowers that's really pretty and leads to some great pump-off moments, especially with the music, but it's useless in battle. There's no practical meaning to it, so, why does it have significance, Frieren? Surely if we are both these robotic kind of elf people, we would think logically about this. Surely it's like Fireball or something. Not quite. This spell has significance. It's had significance permeating all the way through Season 1. It allowed Frieren also to meet Himmel, starting that whole journey, irreversibly changing Frieren in the process. Himmel's the whole reason everything here's happening. It's the reason we saved the world. It's the reason why I'm on this journey again. So anyway, Sire fails Frieren. She doesn't have a license. Boo, but Fern does, because, she's impressed by Fern's fucking aura or something. I think offers her an apprenticeship, but then she says no and stays with Frieren. So, devotion there, we like that from young Fern. Anyway, that's basically where we left off. They're off walking past the city. That's where Season 1 ends. Just wanted to mention a few characters that are probably going to return in some way or another. Craft the Monk. I believe it's voiced by Koyasu, I think. Dio elf guy that punches. He was pretty based. He's been around a while too. Another foil for Frieren. There's like statues of him around too, which is fun. Ubel, big one. She's like antagonistic and stuff and has a pretty OP power from memory. Something cutting, I think. Seems pretty good. So she passes, so does Land. So they're kind of a bit of a duo, which is fun. I don't know. She's kind of sadistic, and I think that she's kind of hot, so hopefully she sticks around. That'd be fun. Mentioned Sane before. Sure, we may meet up with him again. Just wanted to give Dankin a little bit of a shout too. Older gent, one of the people that passes the exam as well. One of the characters that we follow, you know, mostly through that exam arc as well. We also have a few more little characters here and there. Maybe they'll pop up, maybe they won't. I think that's enough yappage. We should try to jump into this thing, and then it'll at least give me a platform to start. So once again, just keep in mind, has been a while. But I mean, without any further ado, I think we should just jump in. Let's start watching Season 2 of Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Let's jump in, let's go. And there we have it, folks. Season 2, Episode 1 of Frieren Beyond Journey's End, up there ready to go. 24 minutes flat on this one. Sync up accordingly with your own copy. I believe I just have the Crunchyroll version, official stuff, but for all those that couldn't give a shit, there's a picture-in-picture in the description below anyway. Let's give this thing a 3, 2, 1 and jump right in. Radio, 3, 2, 1, go. Exactly where we left off. I'm remembering how good the music was. Very cool. We shall. Very similar to Season 1. That first shot there. Very similar. I liked that. Alright, we need some dosh. Has Stark Sama always been a thing? Very respectful. I got it, show. Still doesn't seem very cold. Yes. It's near the Demon King's former castle, right? Beyond Journey's End or something, yeah. Opening? I remember loving that second core opening for Season 1. This one seems pretty funky. You can hear it in the background. Crank it a little bit too. It's a bit quiet. That's better. I love him all. Oh yeah, we're going through that slow as. He looked like he was bending over presenting or something. It was all odd. All the colors too. Oh, plenty of stuff here. Will Mrs. Green Apple ever be stopped? The jury's still out. They're an unstoppable invading force. Seriously, if you haven't done any research on the Japanese, like, pop charts, serious business is that particular band. Alright, Stark, what we got? Nothing. I wouldn't imagine he'd be a very good fisherman. Okay, no judgment. A little bit of judgment. There's no mimic in there. Like a child. What the fuck? She found a soul gem? Fucking Skyrim? Something mana, I reckon. A block. That's kind of OP, no? Do you have... Oh. Okay, get out of your own head. Do you have a plan to stop that, Frieren? Yeah, correct. But I'm saying, what if it's somebody used it as a weapon against you? Go on, then. That telltale blue as well. You've told everyone we're here. Frieren probably put a lot of fucking magic into it. Vast forest volcanic area. Onsen? Yeah. Also allows us to tick off that cliche. But I don't like some of this stuff about hasn't erupted for centuries. Yeah. I was about to say... Was that like a trap? No, just a cave. I say. Not so fast. Head pat. Head pat spotted. Okay. So how is one to mine it? Huh. So it kind of can't be altered at all by humans. Eternal. No dent? Didn't think so. Cute. Musical montage. One of our favorites, I remember that. It feels very D&D at the moment. I like it. I think this is good, what's the word? Tone setter. Like, hey, we're not gonna pop you back in the deep end with all the plot stuff. Just here's the characters going through a thing. Just a bit of a caper. Bit scary. I agree. She doesn't seem overly worried. Maybe she has faith in you, Stark. Give her a bit of a hug. Here we go. Oh, he's cute. Frieren's dead? Okay, Frieren's safe. Again. That's what I thought. You trust him. Another dragon, too. Flashbang! Sick. Holy. Animation, dude. He's the goat? Is it time to fuck off? Is it time to skedaddle? I wish that was me. Being carried by Himmel. Dude, Stark's kind of goated. He's carrying both. Dude, music is such a carry job, too. It's very good. Are we far enough away? Can we use our magic? Frieren. Heal me. Is that our halfway? Yeah, pretty much. I was about to say, it's too early to end. So this feels like your pretty classic Frieren, like 2 chapters per episode type structure. I remember that. Feet! Fucking settle down. That had significance. Yeah, I remember. Maybe it's less about, you know, cleaning them and more about what they represent. Yeah. I like my party, damn it. You're not meant to be here. That sounds like you're mad. What are they eat? They're like eating like a leaf soup. That looked awful. Yeah, she's mad as fuck. Go on. Hey, it's baby steps, sure. It's not... No. It's just normal stuff. A metaphorical crossroads? Oh, literal crossroads. Go to the neutral harbor. It's haunted. Oh. It's fucking Werbel and them. Yeah, there you go. I know the names. I see. And you were like military? And she had a crush on you. I remember that. Old ass man. Remind me what the offer was. I'm not military? I don't feel like I should. Yeah. I'm spoken for. Such an anime character, this guy. It's the voice. What do you mean by that? He should have more friends, true. More social interactions, but I think he's spoken for. I think Fern gets a little bit protective. She really cherishes that bracelet. Us shippers are eating good. Oh, shot. Pet? I was trying to be nice. Read the room, Stark. Dude, animation. Got a bunch of knickknacks. Yeah, and that had like romantic implications. That's ringing bells. Oh! Okay, love that. She's sweet on him. Oh, I love that too. The lighting there, like we considered it. Like blowing out the candle. We're following the last journey. We're always just doing bullshit. We don't want to speed there. That's it, it's an adventure. Bye-bye. I see, it's like the start again. Okay, goodbye. Feels very like kids show. Like we're saying goodbye. Is this that same artist from season 1? Sounds like her voice. Oh yeah, dude. Pretty. Very pretty. So is that it's like a charcoaly, crayony, pastel-y something. And then what are we doing? We're just flipping through them. That's how we're getting our... Yeah, okay. Very, very good. Very good again. I liked that episode a lot. Again, just structured well. It's exactly what we should be doing at that time. A few reminders of what happened before, but just reinforcement mostly. It's almost like they understood their break. I don't really feel like I've been thrown in the deep end, which is good. Oh yeah, and these previews. The hero of the South. We'll come back in a second to analyze episode 1 there. I thought it was quite swell. And we're back. It's the next day, another episode of Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, in the books. After a long while, after a long break, we started exactly where we left off. Both, like, literally right here in front of me, like, it's the very same scene we ended on, as well as just, like, straight back into our stride of the show. This episode 1 here, we're going to go through some pretty simple old stuff, just to get you right back up to speed, and yeah, ready for whatever lies beyond it. It's, I really liked it from a pacing perspective. Just, yeah, I like it when shows are cognizant of how much time has passed, and what probably needs to be reiterated and reinforced and stuff, and, you know, just not a... Listen, if I was writing the manga, I don't know if this would be the next 2 chapters in the manga. I reckon they've moved some stuff around and just maybe put some pretty calm type stuff just right here as a reintroduction. Just very smart. And another thing that I thought about as well is I think Frieren has exploded in popularity even more so since when it was airing. Like, it is a big deal. A lot of people have seen it. A lot of people enjoy it. So even again, this just being another good ramp-on point for people that maybe just want to see the new stuff. I think all of those are valid reasons for this episode being the way it is. And yeah, it was just swell. It was quite nice. Again, in all the fanfare around Frieren, hot takes here and there and half-baked analyses and twittered garbage, and listen, it's good to just sit down and reaffirm to myself that, hey, I actually really do like this show and really love the characters and ship 2 of them a lot. And like, it was nice to come back in here and have all those kind of fears allayed, I guess. I mean, all the same stuff from season 1 holds true. It's an immensely impressive production. It has a lot of time, effort, thought put into it. I really love the pace of it. It doesn't feel like we're short on time, much as the theme of the show. We are just living in it sometimes. We're just reflective and, you know, contemplative and all these things. Like that is the tone of the show. That is what it's going for. It just all serves, in my opinion, in combination to make quite the stellar product. Now, I've had a bit of a preamble here because, as is the nature of this one episode as well, not a lot to talk about. Like, I mean, fucking, there's like a dragon or something. There's this mineral that may or may not come back that, you know, doesn't allow magic. There's some good, like, relationship reaffirmed stuff, and there's some good reintroduction regarding various character traits of our main party. Other than that, we're just slightly further north than we were before, and we're just hanging out. We're just chilling. As always with these things, I'm sure I'll find more on the rewatch, and I wanted to task at least the patrons or the YouTube commenters, anybody really, if I am missing crucial stuff, if there's a layer here from season 1 that I'm, you know, really enhances this to the next level, please let me know. I am kind of upset that I didn't allow myself the time to catch back up and to be right in on it. So if people could assist in that department, I'd be appreciative. Anyway, let's dive in, shall we? Episode 1, season 2. And I pause immediately. Evan Cole, he's an absolute cheat code. I forgot. That's a good fraction of the reason why Frieren's good is his music. That's some good old-fashioned, hearty, wholesome fantasy tunes, and they just really set the scene, set the tone. It, in combination with the visuals and the pace, is part of the reason I like the show so very much. The episode does a couple of pretty smart things here, one of which is we have Frieren saying, "Shall we go?" right here at the very start of the episode. Right there at the end of the episode, she says the same thing as, you know, the party picks up their stuff and leaves. It's meant to really bring forth this theme, which I think is really prominent in the episode of, yep, this is just another day and we're living in it and we're loving it. Like, just as this day started here and there was an adventure and, you know, the next day will start the next day and there will be another adventure. It's something we loved playing with in season 1. It returns here. You can almost feel Frieren savoring every one of these days, now having learnt, at least potentially the lesson that I think that she should be learning. And again, I said that there was cyclical stuff within the episode, like we repeat ourselves there. There's also cyclical seasonal stuff. These shots here are very, very, very reminiscent of the first episode of the show. Even getting a little bit nostalgic about it now. Ooh. And that's mainly meant to bring up the central thing to the show, which is, as the old party was, the new party still is. They are different characters, obviously, with different thoughts, feelings, motivations, but they are in part stand-ins for that original party too. And once again, it's Frieren's reaction to that. It's almost Frieren's second chance in a lot of ways. It's, learning the lesson and taking forth stuff. It's good. It's progress. Early scenes here as well help to reintroduce the characters. Fern and Stark seem to be pretty jovial with each other, of course, but Fern gets the most characterization here. Logical, the planner, the mom of the group, all that stuff. Concerned about money, where the other two are just kind of, we'll wing it. Fern doesn't really wing it. She's very studious and she's very switched on. Opening. Much to my disgust, I do not have lyrics on this version. I don't want to go looking things up either because you know how things get. If somebody could link me lyrics, I would appreciate it. Or even if it's not that interesting, just a little bit of a summary too would be nice. Mrs. Green Apple, your mileage may vary. It's very Frieren. It's very popular, and Frieren loves popular, so match made in heaven, I guess. For the record, the song's pretty aight. I just wish it was a bit more of a rocky thing, because that's their music that I probably prefer from them. Anyway, early on, visually, pretty basic. Lots of blues, flower petals, Frieren standing in the field, her staff cast asunder. Maybe some special significance? Is it a lily? Oh my god. No, okay, it's probably not a lily. Frieren holding her hands out, grasping at the petal, looking up, watching them fly up through the sky, revealing the title. Kind of feels like a early morning dawn type situation. We kind of go from that kind of darker purple in the sky to a bright summer morning. A new start, a new beginning. Well, again, themes that should resonate if you've seen season 1. A quick look at the old party here, them kind of bathed in a glowing light as well. It almost feels like a memory, like I'm recollecting it. And right on that music, we get a lot of transitions between what happened with the old party and just kind of quickly speeding through it. The quick cuts showing Frieren's perspective. To her, it didn't feel like very long, like a mere 80 years or whatever she says in season 1. Once again, live in the moment. Think about what's in front of you right now. Don't take it for granted. And it's pretty quick. You only get about, 6 or 7 frames there for each one, but they tell their story very well. Frieren in stasis, the rest of the characters showing the full gambit of emotion. Even this, look at that, that's pretty hype. I like that. A little bit of Frieren having shifty eyes there with Himmel as well. You love to see it. Obviously the shooting stars there from season 1 as well. The shooting stars 50 years later in the blink of an eye. Pretty cool. And then no more Himmel. That's the funeral. And at the funeral, that is when Frieren finally stops as well. She's kind of been walking all through this sequence as well. Again, it's not rocket science. You guys can figure it out. This is the moment where she actually stopped and thought about it. Himmel and his death really stopped her in her tracks and led to a philosophy shift. That blue flower petal, all the same, linking into all the flower stuff from season 1 as well. That specific spell, that connection to that first meeting with Himmel as well. It all works. And there we have it, our second go around, and she's, taking in every moment. First person perspective this time. She's very pretty too, look at her, look at the flowers. And yeah, a few intriguing things here in this montage too. Obviously, I think a lot of this stuff will be relating to, upcoming content as well, as openings love to do. Trying to pick up if anybody looks similar, not to my eye yet. I don't think I know any of these bozos. This looks pretty jolly. Do we have like a potion or something? Yo. Oh, you! I remember you. Method? Yeah, she's from the license exam arc. She didn't have many lines, but I think she ended up passing. That could be fun. We could pop back in. Somebody was getting jelly. Who was getting jelly about her? Remind me. It's coming back to me a little bit. It's been too long. And ending the opening there, collecting 4 different colored petals and holding them close to her heart. She kind of let that blue petal early in the opening fall to the floor without catching it. This time she's holding onto them. She's embracing them. She's not going to let her friendships and these connections, you let them go for granted. Once again, second chance. That's what it's all about. Pretty damn good opening. I'm visually consistent. Song definitely peaks. Almost feels like it peaks too quickly. Yeah, it's a good one. Up there with season 1's first opening. I think I still like the second opening there better. 29 years after the death of Himmel the hero. Yeah, I think that still works. I'm lost on timeline a little bit now as well. Like, how old's Fern and them? Maybe it was 10 years after the funeral that she went and spoke with Heiter again? Something like that? Is she 19? Starting here very slice of lifey. Stark got a fish. It's a small fish. Come on, buddy. Size doesn't matter. Keep, hold your head up high. But yeah, from early doors here, just this day in the life quality to the episode. Like, what do the characters eat? Where do they sleep for the night? What do they talk about when just traveling and there's not an active story in front of them? This episode here answers those questions. As a bit of a change, we have Frieren up and at it early. Because, again, we got that early morning lighting going on. Normally a bit of a sleeper in, a little bit lazy. Definitely one of the huge character things from season 1. But something got her intrigued, excited. She probably felt the presence of this kind of crystal. Does it have a name? There you go, just magic nullifying crystal. That's fine. And as Fern quickly finds out, it has a pretty large radius and does what it says on the tin. Nullifies magic. You can't use it. Now, this could be a little bit world-breaking. Magic, pretty important. Magic's got a lot of uses. Potentially, if there were some ne'er-do-wells about, would you not try and harness this material and use it? That's where we kind of cover our ass in the next part of the episode a little bit, where we describe the crystal. It can't really be mined. It's the hardest substance on Earth, and you can't use magic to mine it either. Anyway, all I'm saying is, say you're coming up against some formidable magician for whatever reason, just carry one of these in your pocket. It'll probably do pretty good. And yeah, knowing the show, mages have probably worked a way around it as well. Just, yeah, seems very powerful. Yeah, we do a lot of ass covering here too. It's very expensive. It's extremely rare. Most people, if they had it, would just sell it. If you were to try to travel with it as well, you better not be a mage, because it'll just nullify you as you travel. I'll give them points. They've introduced powerful thing, but they've had a lot of caveats, which is what you need. Otherwise, again, it's world shattering. More importantly for Frieren, it makes her sparkly. So good for her. She's able to produce this effect. The art on it's nice though. I like that. A little bit of foreshadowing here, predictive stuff. There's going to be a foresty area before a volcanic area as well. Maybe some things to keep in mind as we move forth into subsequent episodes. Volcanic area most certainly sounds pretty interesting. Whenever you say there hasn't been an eruption in years as well, it's like, well, maybe there's going to be an eruption now. I mean, why else would we be going to like the volcano area if a volcano wasn't going to erupt? Reminds me of that Avatar The Last Airbender episode. If you know, you know. The fortune teller? Oh my god, I'm good. Anyway, it's also a chance for them to do an onsen thing, so that should be fun. Even though, again, we kind of already had the girls scantily clad this episode. A lot of feet. Weird. Anyway, big hole in the ground, we fall in it. You guys saw the episode. There's crystals down here, and that's what stops us from levitating as well. If anything, they're lucky that Stark's formidable body was able to, soften their landing. As I said earlier, Frieren describes the material as basically indestructible. I do like Stark's urge here to test himself against it, though. I feel like that says quite a bit about his character. And that kind of line there, too. Some things are simply out of humanity's reach. And seeing as that our party is made up of, 2 magic users and a frontliner, as we keep saying, the tank, the fighter, we're relying on him. We're counting on you, Stark. It also leads to some good Fern characterization stuff. Again, it's one of the first times she's been without her magic since she was a little girl. She feels a little bit nervous, especially, again, your lack of nervousness probably makes Fern more nervous, if we're honest. So yeah, it's a good opportunity for Stark to stand up and show his stuff, show some leadership. I am also reminded here of the show's penchant for a musical montage. We love to use it. This time here, giving some D&D vibes. I'm definitely seeing like some Baldur's Gate 3 Underdark type shit here for sure. A few clues here and there in that montage too. A big pile of bones. Probably not great. From the bones there, Frieren deduces that this may be the den of a large monster. As we find out it is. Frieren sleeping soundly regardless. Now again, is this just because she's sleepy? That's like one of her main character things. Or does she actually have some genuine trust in Stark as a frontliner? That's why she's so relaxed. This is where we get into some ship stuff as well. Obviously, from a long way out, I've been a Stark Fern shipper. More and more and more it seems like it's happening. Like, it couldn't not happen after the bracelet, so I mean, it's just victory laps now, and from my point of view. But yeah, like Stark, stand up, be the man, save her. She's feeling nervous. You know, classic. I feel like the subversive thing we do, of course, is that you don't stand up and slay the dragon and save the day. We are all unified behind our shared desire to want to run. And again, it turns out it's a good tactical decision. Like, you know, we're down 2 dudes, and this guy seems pretty fucking difficult. Like, never feel like you have to hold the entire world on your shoulders. We'll follow you in whatever you want to do. We embrace the Stark that's also a bit of a coward as well. Once again, shouldn't be anything new if you've seen Season 1, but just reinforcement, like I keep saying. And this guy's a bit of a cutie too. Like, he's alright, I like that guy. And yeah, as I was saying, you know, Stark's desire here is to run. Let's unite behind him, our frontliner, our party member, and run here at this time. Just a little bit subversive, but gets the, you know, themes across all the same. We're a unit. We're together. We trust. And we also, you know, nice callback, nice setup payoff with the glowing of the stone, using it as a flashbang, using it as our escape. And a Frieren segment wouldn't be complete if we didn't have a callback to the previous adventure. Eisen, also characterized by his cowardice. And basically same thing happening, you know, that happened later on is happening here. Himmel embraces the Eisen in front of him. We're a party. If you want to run away, then we'll run away together. Even in your moments of quote-unquote weakness, we've still got your back. This is where we pop off with the animation some. Like, that just looks spectacular. The, you know, the effects on the fire there, pretty strong too. That jump there is really slick. A lot of weight to the animation. The lighting there's unreal. TV anime, by the way. Holy shit. That shot's got a lot of aura. Still, again, he's not running away immediately all the time. Also stuff happening in the foreground too, like we saw Frieren had an injured arm there, Haita coming in to heal, and Himmel thinks it's time to get the fuck out of Dodge, so let's go. We're running away together. Don't get me started with Himmel with fucking Frieren in the bridal carry. That shit's crazy. Why didn't they? Anyway. Missed opportunity, man. Come on, ship those two. Frieren now in the present, being carried by another guy, her new party. Can't help but feel a little bit nostalgic. Dropping a little smile there. And yeah, so ends segment 1 here. Somewhere along the line, probably here, I remembered our structure. Generally about 2 chapters of the manga an episode, with a very definite break in between, you know, when something new is starting there. Much like last segment, they're still on the road, looking for food. This time, Stark here doing some of the foraging before getting bored, coming back. They're not back yet. Guess I'll go fishing. But he also chooses to go fishing at the spot where they're bathing. I don't know. Like, communicate better? I don't know. It's not Stark's fault, in my view. This segment here focuses more on Fern, and specifically her collection of trinkets. It's not just because they're pretty and stuff, it's because they represent the emotional connections to the people in my life that I hold dear. I keep them clean, I keep them safe, I cherish them because I cherish the people that they represent. We must remember Season 1. We have a name for it, but it's like a wedding custom. And it was a whole thing. We kind of knew it was a thing, but we also didn't know it was a thing. Like, it's a, you know, there's plausible deniability there. It's all great. Where the hairpin, I also remember, they went to a coastal town early on in Season 1. It was the first gift that she got her for a birthday. That's ringing bells, I think. Obviously, again, with all the, you know, flower symbolism going on in the show, we've got to do some butterfly stuff too, you know. 2 peas in a pod, it makes perfect sense. Now here's my thing. Like, sans the legs of it all, they're not really that scantily clad. I guess this is as far as a show like Frieren will go in, like a, you know, walk in on the girls bathing fan service scene. I can understand why Fern's not happy about it, but, you know, it isn't crazy. And Frieren's just like, sup, I don't care, whatever. It gives way to this moment here when it's like super awkward, and then Frieren's like, I'm picking up some awkward vibes between you two right now. When, like, look at Fern, it's, like, the most obvious possible that she's upset. Also, I don't really have anything to say about it. I just like this moment where we, like, ploof up Frieren's hair. Look. OBS, behave. It's just very pretty. Once again. Good vibes show, man. But yeah, I mean, this mirrors a lot of stuff in Season 1. You're mad. You're not going to tell anybody why. You're a teenage boy, you'll have to figure it out. Frieren's no help to either of you because she's emotionally stunted. Classic. Good dynamic. For this fairly brief second segment here, this is probably the closest you'll get to a moral. If you're uncomfortable, say so. Once again, there's a level of familiarity with the party now. We can be ourselves. There's no need for you to bottle up all your emotions. You can genuinely apologize and say what you mean and all that stuff. This, of course, comes back towards the end of the episode where we have that scene on the balcony between the two, where there's the threat of Stark obviously leaving the party, even though he's never going to do that. If you're uncomfortable, say so. Fern was uncomfortable, she went in to say something. You know, we need to stand up and say our feelings to each other sometimes. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. You know? Now again, with this segment, I'm unsure if they actually want you to think that Stark may actually leave or not. Like, it's never even entering my mind that he's thinking about that. There's no real tension or danger to it, I guess, and you could call that criticism. I don't know, we're at a literal crossroads right now. One continues north, one goes to the harbor. It's pretty obvious. One is continuing with the party, one's going off with Werbel. And he's choosing to stick with the party. I don't know, I just like how the natural location reflected that, this hotel crossroads. And I think we'll see quite a bit of this, just characters that were from the license exam arc that, have progressed further north and what have you. It's a good opportunity to run into them again. What was the name of our two little friends? Our two little, they were like apprentices. They weren't very good. Hang on. Kane and Luween? Khan and... Anyway. The pronunciations there may be a little bit weird, but those two. I wonder if they'll come back. I like those two. They were cute. Anyway, this Werbel guy, he's such like an anime character, and honestly, I forget half of his stuff. He's military. He was kind of like the evil one for a little bit during the exam arc before he wasn't. I don't know, he's pretty chill. And yeah, he's on the recruiting path. Stark, have you considered my offer? I want you up there on the front lines. I can't force you into it, obviously, but we could really use the help of such a warrior as yourself. And an explicit focus on Fern there as well, and her reaction to it. Again, she wouldn't cope very well if there was no Stark, as much as she doesn't want to admit it right now. To the point where Fern doesn't even want to let him sit over there and drink with them or anything, just socialize with anybody else. She just wants him to stick around. Come on, it's cute. It's cute. Two things can be true as well. I also do think it's a good opportunity for Stark to hang out with other different people than this party. He should maintain other relationships and be friendly and stuff, but, he knows where his bread's buttered. He knows where he's coming back to. But just, making sure that we affirm at the very end here that he is going nowhere. Stark explains his side of things as well. Obviously, again, I'm devoted to you guys because, you picked me up when I was at my lowest. Specifically, you, Fern even, right? I know that you won't run away. I don't think you'll run. Read into that however you will as well with these two. I don't think you'll run from a relationship with me. Oh my god. And then he misses a layup here, Stark. They actually had a nice moment. Fern actually wants to show some appreciation, some petting involved. And he runs away? He thinks it's a trick? Come on, you were in. You were in. What are you doing? You can lead a horse to water, you can't get him to drink sometimes, man. Come on. Also, holy animation here on young Fernington. Very nice. Good framing there in the shot, too. I like, a little slug friend there in the foreground. Very fun. And as we are very good at, as a show, just reaffirming things at the very end, putting all her little knickknacks on her bedside table, having a, longing look at them, appreciating them, all that other kind of stuff. Even calling back to the segment previously in the episode, she looked and grasped onto that bracelet during this moment of fear. Fear maybe being that connection between the two as well. I know that Stark won't run. He's sticking by us. He's protecting us. Even though he's scared too, I know he's scared, we're both scared, but we're in this together. It's just really, really damn wholesome. And yeah, as I said in the start of the segment, just like the start of the episode, shall we go? We're going to be on our way once again. Walking in the opposite direction, going further north. And then ED. ED's pretty swell. We have a different art style, much like Season 1's. That same voice, that same singer. Once again, very good voice, very good song. But mostly it's just an, artistic wonder. I love to see it in motion. I love to think about all the different sketches that went into this thing. I really, really like it in motion. Like, look at that kind of wiggly-woggly quality. I don't know. In a show that strives for perfection a lot, this feels like a moment of imperfection, which is also kind of the point, resonates with the characters, blah, 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 blah. It's really good. Also, again, it's really fun to look in these credits sometimes. Like, what do you mean Cygames pitches? Sure, why not? But yeah, sweeping, beautiful, epic. Maybe even some of these scenes reflective of things that will happen later on. Flower petal motif, diary book, feather. I'm just saying things on screen now. It's probably my cue to get out of here. But yes, a successful venture in episode 1. Back again with season 2. It was quite good. Next week we'll be doing 2 episodes. Hopefully there's some more meaty, concrete content there. If anybody has any reminders or anything, I'm all ears. I would love to hear stuff like that. Even linking me to another, good, recap video. I watched a very short one, but, maybe there's some better content out there in that lane. Either way, thank you for watching. Patreon if you want that 1 week ahead right away. If you want to see episodes 2 and 3. Like the video, subscribe, all that other kind of jazz. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Ciao. Goodbye.